Hello, everyone. Today we'll talk about the criteria for IELTS speaking. That means if there's any score that you've had in the past, or if you're going to have any exam and you're going to take the speaking test soon, these four things I'm about to mention are the things that will be looked out for before you can have a good band score or otherwise. The first is coherence. Coherence and fluency. Now, these two things are very important because whenever you're speaking, you need to have some sort of flow. And that's what coherence is all about. Coherence refers to how well you can flow throughout your speaking test. Now, you'll be given different questions in the three sections, and how can you flow? These questions will be asked intermittently, and you'll be expected to give your answers correctly. However, apart from the correctness of your answers, there should be some sort of flow in the way you use words. That is, if you're supposed to use a connecting word, you use a connecting word. And if you are not supposed to use a connecting word, you shouldn't. Also, things like mannerisms, things like spoonerisms will be considered. Your use of words, expressions like and, or your overly use of conjunctions such as so and will be taken note of. Number two, we have lexical resource. Lexical resource. Now your words, the vocabulary um that you are able to use on test day matter a lot. And then you should be prepared to use a lot of synonyms. Now, if you're an IELTS or you're an aspiring IELTS candidate, you should be prepared to use a lot of words to express one thing. For example, there's you have one word and that word can be used. You have several words and those several words can be used to express just one meaning. That's what we call synonyms. So, how well can you use synonyms? How well can you use all of these words to express yourself at different times? That's what lexical resource is about. Can you pull up from your pool of words now and then use them effectively? The third one is pronunciation. Can you pronounce words correctly? This is where a lot of people get it wrong. They feel when we say pronunciation, that means you must be able to say words, correctly, exactly, and use the same accent as the British speakers or the American speakers. No, your pronunciation doesn't have to do with speaking like an American or speaking like a Briton. You can as well speak like a Nigerian or whatever national you are and have a good band score depending on how you are able to enunciate your words. Can you pronounce your words correctly? That's very important, not the accent. So, accent will not be judged here because you are well aware that you're taking the test because you are not maybe a first speaker of English language, mostly. And so you need to work on your pronunciation. The fourth one is your grammatical range and accuracy. Yeah. Now, this refers to your use of phrases, clauses, sentences, simple sentences, complex sentences, compound sentences. Now, they are usually really good points, I guess, for complex sentences in IELTS generally. both in writing and in speaking, because they feel that if you're able to use a complex sentence, or if you're able to use complex sentences, that means you have gone beyond the simple and the usual. So it means that you've gone further than just using the simple sentence, I am a boy, she's a girl, they went out, they came in. That's it. Or using compound sentences, she went to the market and bought some food. That's just compound. But when you're able to use a sentence like, if I am not able to go out today, I would sit at home and watch my favorite TV show. That's quite complex because you're using um, more than one clause in a sentence. A subordinate clause, an independent clause in one sentence. And what's even better is if you can use one independent clause or one independent clause and two subordinate clauses, dependent clauses. That will show that you have a good grasp of your grammatical use, and then if you're accurate, of course, that's a very good uh, bonus. All right, so these are the four things: coherence and fluency, lexical resource, pronunciation, and then your grammatical range. Very, very important. I'll see you in the next class.